So I was in the Mexico MTC in October and a little bit of November, and it was starting to get really cold in Mexico, and I like hate the cold. I'm such a baby about it. And so I was really excited to go to Honduras because it's really tropical, and I got there and it was like 90 degrees and it was wonderful. So I arrived, and I just remember because in Honduras they kind of like spiral around to get down to the airport. I'm not sure why, but it's just so beautiful looking over the whole country. And I just remember looking down and seeing tons of palm trees and tons of green, and it's right next to the ocean. It's a very tropical, beautiful place. And when I arrived, the mission president came and picked us up, and I loved my mission president. He's ending in June, but he was absolutely amazing. Him and his wife were there, and I was just so excited, and I felt so much happiness when I first arrived, and I definitely had a confirmation that that was exactly where I was supposed to be and where I was supposed to be serving the Lord. The church started in Honduras probably, I want to say like 50 years ago, around that time. It started in Tegucigalpa, that's where the first missionaries went. There's actually a sister in my mission that her mom had served in Honduras, and it was just the Tegucigalpa mission, so it was the entire mission. And I actually met someone else who also said that he served in Honduras. He was older, but he said back then it was like Honduras, Guatemala, El Salvador, so it was just huge. So since then, just in 50 years, it's grown quite a bit. In Honduras alone, there's 4 missions now. And the nearest temple is in Tegucigalpa, which is the capital. So my mission, and when I got there, they had just split the mission San Pedro Sula, the west and the east. So we had about half of San Pedro Sula, and then we went to the west, to the coast, kind of to the coast of Guatemala and up. So we covered like Copan, Santa Barbara, Puerto Cortez. So we just took that strip along the side on the west. So it was a good mixture of, we had the ruins there, which everybody wants to go to. You had some beach, and then there was like a little bit of mountainous area as well. So I feel like it was the best mission because we had the best of everything. When I first got there, there were probably like half and half of like North American sisters and Latina sisters. By the time I was ending, there were definitely a lot more Latina sisters. I'm not sure why that is, but that's kind of what was happening. I know there was one North American sister that came a transfer after me, and then after that we didn't get another North American sister for probably 10 or 11 months. And the elders wise, I think they had, I want to say about half and half Latino, half from North America. We had, a bunch from Central America, from El Salvador, Guatemala. I had 2 companions from Guatemala, and then I had probably 3 companions from North America, and then like 4 Latina companions. So it was a good variety, and you'll learn to love everybody because everybody brings kind of a different outlook on the mission, a different viewpoint, and it's really fun to get to know different people from different countries and see what they're like and see what their country's like, and they'll make you food sometimes, which is extra fun because then you get to experience food from their country, and they'll talk to you about where they're from. So I really enjoyed it. I started my mission in Santa Rosa de Copan. That's about 2 hours away from the ruins. In there, I was in a little branch of about probably 100 people on a good day, 60 people on a bad day. And it was great. That area is working to become a stake. They're having progress little by little, and it's an amazing area. So I actually had a weird thing. So I started out in Santa Rosa. I was only there for 1 transfer, and then I got switched out. Then I went to my second area, Campana, which is by the beach, and it's a really beautiful area. And I love the area there. That was a ward. It was quite a bit bigger. And then after that, I actually asked my mission president if I could go back to Santa Rosa because I had only had 1 transfer there. And it was great because he let me. I think I was the only one ever who got to go back to an area. So I went back to Santa Rosa for 3 more transfers. And there I saw so much growth, and it was amazing. And then after that, I went to El Bosque, which was also a branch. And that was it was Fezitran Stake, but it was pretty close to San Pedro Sula. And that was a little branch. There was about 50 members there. So that was really fun, just being in a smaller area, because you really get to know everybody. Like, and you know everyone really well, which is really nice as well. And then after that, I went to my final area, Los Castaños, which is also in San Pedro Sula. And I was there for 2 transfers. And that was really the city area. That's kind of, that it's probably a little bit more dangerous because it's the city. Being a missionary, though, you're really protected, and I never saw anything, or I never even felt fearful, which was such a blessing, I think.